In this video, I'm going to be talking about why copywriting is actually dead. This is a hot take, and I expect some people to disagree with me, but I'm convinced copywriting is dead. So let's get into why. So earlier this year, and this was like beginning of 2024, so this was a while ago now, one of the split tests that I actually did on one of my course websites was the local SEO Shuriken course, which is now kind of been retired. It's part of the SEO Master Bootcamp, and we're actually recording local SEO Shuriken 2.0 inside the bootcamp. But back to the split test, because I want you to understand my personal experience with this and what I'm actually seeing with other people's experience when it comes to copywriting. So what happened is I decided to do a split test with the copy because I was curious about how good ChatGPT is actually getting at writing converting copy. And so what I did is I had my copy, which is the homepage and everything, and then I had ChatGPT redo it, and I told it to use expert copywriting, and I told it to use neuro-linguistic programming, with which, if you've been in copy in any amount of time in the copywriting niche, you probably are familiar with what NLP is. That's a whole topic for another video, so I'm not going to go super into that. But I told it, basically the prompt was like, hey, rewrite this copy using neuro-linguistic programming and expert copywriting skills. I told it to do that. It spit out copy. I then respun the copy so that it was original, so it wasn't AI written content, but it was basically what the AI had said, and I actually ran this split test. Now, the interesting thing about this split test is that the results came back, and it was actually very, very close. Now, I've read books and gone through courses on copywriting before, so I have training in copywriting and writing copy that converts. My copy was like, I think it was like, if it was an 8, ChatGPT's copy was like a 7.5. I wasn't seeing a difference in the conversion percent to a degree that would enable ChatGPT to be better. Mine was a little bit better, but ChatGPT was also so close to my results that it really did feel like there was no point in continuing to split test my copy, because my copy for the local SEO Shuriken page was pretty tuned over time and tweaks and everything like that, so that it was as good as it can be. And what this experience has taught me is that at the end of the day, we're coming up on an era where you don't need to know copywriting as a skill, because you can ask ChatGPT to write copy that are gonna, it's gonna hit your customers' pain points and things like that and stuff like that. And it's gonna make them feel a certain way. You can tell it to use neuro-linguistic programming. You can tell it to, do whatever copywriting strategies that you've been taught, and it does them well enough where it's getting close to a human being's copy. So what I'm really getting at here is you don't need to learn copywriting. It is another skill that takes so long to learn. You have to go through courses, you have to buy books, when you could just have ChatGPT write good copy and just respin it yourself very quickly and be done. It saves you hours of time and hundreds, if not thousands of dollars, depending on, what kind of copy training you are going to pursue. And so the reality is that we are at a point where copywriting is dead, in my opinion. I've also asked ChatGPT to write my emails for me. My entire email funnel for, if you opt into like my free training on my website, up to where, it pitches you the bootcamp, the SEO Master Bootcamp course, which is like my flagship course right now. All of it from opt-in to that was all done with ChatGPT. Again, I rewrote it, right? Respun it so it's not AI content. So I put my words there down on the actual emails themselves. But the reality is that, again, I saw the exact same thing. I did some tests, A/B variants of these emails, and what came back was that ChatGPT was basically doing almost just as good of a job as me. I think a 15% conversion difference, again, in my favor, not ChatGPT's favor, isn't really enough to justify spending that kind of time that you're not going to get back studying a skill that has now been replaced by AI and that is going to continue to be replaced by AI. So I think at the end of the day, copy's dead. Now, I actually don't feel the same way about SEO, and that's a long story. I've been editing a reaction video for the past few days, which is like a 40-minute video, so I'm going to cut down on it. It just is very time consuming, so that's going to come out soon. But I think for right now, ChatGPT isn't going to make SEO as an industry dead, but I do think that ChatGPT has made copywriting dead. And that's because with SEO, there's a lot more than just slapping a piece of written content onto a website or like a medium, right? I mean, yeah, you're creating content, but there's a lot more involved, and Google doesn't like AI written content. Whereas if you're writing a sales page copy, typically a sales page isn't going to rank for a keyword besides its own name, right? And that, I feel like that could probably happen regardless of if you have AI written content on the sales page or not. And I also think that, again, just respinning it, it's going to get probably around the same conversion rate percent. So it's worth doing that, just to not make platforms algorithms disfavor your content, like if it detects it's AI generated. But I really do feel like this has replaced an entire skill, because one of the things I had to learn when I was starting with SEO is that you don't just have to learn SEO, right? You have to learn SEO, you have to learn WordPress and web design, which I talked about in one of my recent videos on skills you need to become an SEO, which I definitely recommend checking out. I think it was a really good video that's going to be helpful to people. But I think copywriting was another skill I had to learn. Obviously, I had to learn video editing, right? I had to learn, graphic design. I had to learn how to make sales pages. I had to learn how to make sales videos, right? So there's all these skills, email marketing, right, that I ended up having to learn to do what I do. But I think that copywriting is now one that you don't have to teach beginners. Beginners don't have to know copy anymore. All they have to know is the right prompt to throw into ChatGPT, and they're good to go. So this is a rather short video, but I think this is one of the things that I'm going to say when that reaction video comes out. You're going to hear me say it in there, where I'm reacting to someone who says that SEO is dying. He took like 20 to the video was like 40 minutes long, 20 to 40 minutes to get to the point. I don't like doing that, so I told you everything I need to say to make my point, and that's that. So leave a comment down below. Let me know if you agree, disagree, what you think about this. Like the video if you liked anything I had to say or you found this interesting. Smash the subscribe button. It helps me out and allows me to keep making videos just like this. And until next time, I will catch you later. Like and subscribe if you want to become an SEO ninja.